Everyone, today's Bible English. I will read the new vocabulary. Announce, blind, curse, demand, division, enough, exclaim, expel, mud, opinion, ordinary, question, reply, service, sinner, smooth, strange, synagogue. I'm done my word test. I'll read John 9, verse 16. Some Pharisees said, "This man, Jesus, is not from God, for he is working on a Sabbath." Others said, "But how can an ordinary sinner do such a miraculous sign?" So there were a deep division of opinion among them. Then the Pharisee once again questioned the man who had been blind and demanded, "This man who opened your eyes, who do you say he is?" The man replied, "I think he must be a prophet." The Jewish leader wouldn't believe he had been blind, so they called in his parents. They asked them, "Is this your son? Was he born blind? If so, how can he see?" His parents replied, "We know this is our son and that was born blind, but we don't know how he can see or how he hear him. He is old enough to speak for himself. Ask him," they said. This because they were afraid of Jewish leaders who had announced that anyone saying Jesus was the Messiah would be expelled from the synagogue. That's why they said, "He's old enough to speak for himself. Ask him." So for the second time they called in the man. He had been blind and told him, "Give glory to God by telling the truth, because we know Jesus is a sinner." "I don't know whether he is a sinner," the man replied, "but I know this. I was blind and now I can see." "But what did he do?" they asked. "How did he hear you?" "Look," the man exclaimed. "I told you once. Didn't you listen? Why do you want to hear it again? Do you want to become his disciple too?" Then they cursed him and said, "You are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know God spoke to Moses, but as for this man, we don't know anything about him." "Why? That's very strange," the man replied. "He healed my eyes, and yet you don't know anything about him?" "Well, God doesn't listen to sinners, but he's ready to hear those who worship him and do his will. Never since the world again has anyone been able to open the eyes of someone born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do it." "You were born in sin," they answered. "Are you trying to teach us?" And they threw him out to the synagogues.